Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show. We're back at it again to give you the best sports betting picks. That would be today. We have Major League Baseball, WNBA, and of course, we're going to get through the rest of the top 25 for college football. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be back with probably some NFL. Right, Ramon?
Can't get enough right now of NFL. It seems like the talk, and we're still talking about NFL days later because of the circumstances. But the season, pretty good season. Yeah, we have our work cut out for us here this week in college football. The matchups weren't great, but it's college football. Next week, I promised Mindy I would come up with some more competitive matchups. Well, it's not my doing, but we will have better games just because that's the way the schedule's unfolding for these teams.
Get out of some of those, big money games.
Oh, yeah. Well, can't wait. I mean, you think there's some intriguing matchups this week. Just wait. And, WNBA, I don't know. We'll say hello to everyone real quick. Mindy, maybe we could go on record. All we got to do is choose between two teams, it feels like. I don't think either of us will go off the board. If you want to pick I don't know if you can go against the Aces, if you'll be willing to go with the Liberty to win it all, or if you want to put yourself on record. I'm here in Vegas. I'll root for the Aces and just feel like maybe the experience, maybe the guard play just will be that much better to get it done. Maybe the Liberty is, coming along strongly enough to extend the series. I don't know. Maybe someone can upset them along the way, but they seem so much head and shoulders, and we've been here covering it all season. Not many people on these shows, on these YouTube shows, have covered as much WNBA as we have. I'd argue that maybe out of one guy, we might even have done more games than that. So Good job this season with that. And I don't know, Aces and Liberty. We got other matchups. I mean, I don't know, but any prediction?
I like the Aces.
Okay.
It was really hard for me to decide. I know the Liberty got him a couple times, but I kind of feel like, throughout the season, it gets really long. Maybe you lose your focus a little bit. I know they don't really cover some of these big spreads, but all they got to do is win.
Yep, 4 months, WNBA starting the playoffs here tonight. And we'll say hello to a couple of our friends here.
I see them.
Everybody up. Okay. I'm trying to catch up here a little bit. Ron was here today. I guess our streaks end. I mean, the 27-1 run might be over, but I wouldn't sweat it. Whatever Ron's streak was on, I would say.
Right. So the one day he doesn't hit like an 8-team parlay, something like that. I got those Dodgers.
Bionic's here today. Hello, Bionic. And Brent is here today. He's already got his picks out. He can't stay, so let's go ahead and show Brent.
I thought he can't say.
Nope. Renoir, hello. How have you been, Renoir? Welcome. We're just going 5 games picked out today, including a day game, a couple of day games today. Games involving with some good games, let's just say that. Not all playoff type games, but got some matchups here.
A little close money wise, right? Right.
That's rare. Those are the ones that are the toughest. It sounds, in baseball, it seems like, people want those tighter games. Yeah. In football, we almost have no choice. Okay, thanks, Renoir. Renoir hates football, and I'm not going to make fun of that or anything because everyone else is just like football is the greatest. Hello to Jared with his plays in there today in the chat. Maybe we don't have any, want to start any videos. We can just get them up there. So in case anybody doesn't have the chat available, flash a few plays up there because, the thing is sometimes your play we're whipping through them. Sometimes many of it is heavy, but, they're on the screen. People can rewind them. Hey, right. I have a feeling that the contributors in the chat, okay, we're here, Mindy, you and I give our plays, but people are watching and they're familiar with our show. I mean, we get, by the end, hundreds and hundreds of views. So they might actually say, someone in their chat could actually be their favorite capper, not you
That
or
could be
I.
too, right?
Right? They might see, oh, there's, so and so is on a roll, so let's, I've
Yeah.
seen his plays. They've looked pretty good, right? Blake's giving out
Yeah.
Memphis here and things like that. So I think that's why we went the direction that we did. It's not about you agreeing or disagreeing. We don't want you to wait for us and then just agree. Okay, you can do that too. If you want to just agree with us, that works too. And you know why, Mindy? Because yesterday's show, they should have agreed with us. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com.
But Renoir, he says he's not in the U.S., so that's why I didn't even realize that.
That makes,
Yeah. I mean, I get it now, right?
Well, yeah, but also funny
Not
is
growing
that,
up with the football, that makes a big, huge difference.
well, you look at though in some of the, American football is actually, in some places it's actually quite because of the uniqueness of the sport. In some countries, it's like some people get I don't know. It's kind of like me, right? I do like international sports. I mean, I will watch, Big Bash cricket, which is like a variation of the, truest forms of cricket, right? They like try to streamline. It's like kind of like sticking the runner on second base every, they like condense it. T20s. Cricket used to be an all-day sport. It still is in championship level, but they like have versions where, you want to go out to a game in the first 2 or 3 hours and get a winner and everything, things like that. So love sports like probably the worst sport to me though.
Soccer. Is that just me?
Soccer. I love soccer.
That's just me. In the Midwest, soccer was not real big. Just going to say that right now.
It's a women's sport, so I feel bad, but netball is got to be the netball. I mean, even in Olympic sports, I don't mind like, field hockey or, but netball is really, it's painful to watch. Okay, there it is. Mini Morning's team 4-1. We're on top of we did have a loser in there from our consensus picks. I will note, Mindy, you had premium winners yesterday, including Yankees Boston under in game 1, which was unique that you played the doubleheader game total under. But most ashamed, Mindy, that I had a reverse sweep in premiums and that you had 2 totals, which we know how sharp you are on your totals, on your premiums. Every day it's baseball total. That's what you're crushing. And I went against you. And you got me on 2 of them. So Tony T's up there 3-1. Mindy's up there 3-2. The GM stays on a roll here. All he does is pick winners, it seems like.
Daniel, and guys, even though we only, do 5 games on the show here, Ramona and I are still going through the whole card together. So that's why we had, 5 plays instead of just the 2. So it's one of those that, maybe you have to pick up a package to get all of the morning steam plays.
Good point. Thank you for mentioning that, Mindy. And that's been a change in the format since we've undergone our change in the format, which actually has only been 3 days. So, right. To our subscribers, your situation will not change. You're going to get our best picks. In fact, you're going to get more than our picks here on the show. So what we're going to do now is our consensus plays, because we don't want to shortchange. I mean, we're looking at the whole card. We give out 5 on the show. We're trying to get football in as well. And not only will you get our plays from football on the show, our consensus, but Mindy and I will also be going over the rest of the college football card. So if you do subscribe to our premium pick packages, yes, you've been getting all the plays for free here on the show. It is football season now, and we're making this slight change to the format where you can get more plays if you subscribe over at Tony'sPicks.com. Maybe I could just bring that up. You guys don't have to. This is our part of the commercial. We're here to sell our picks. We want to give you free winners, and we're going to do it. I mean, we go through all these numbers, Minnie. We're not going to just throw them on the floor. I mean, obviously we're the top, one of the top producers on the site, you and I together, not to mention our premium plays. So this will be a good benefit to our subscribers that are actually contributing to our success here at Tony's Picks. This is our job to sell these picks. So we do appreciate your support. So when you go over to Tony'sPicks.com and click on Morning Steam, you see there our profitable numbers, especially in Major League Baseball, up 26 units this year. So people talking about the baseball and getting the picks. We got to the 5 plays, but we're going to have more. So pick up maybe these packages here, the 3-day for $99, the 7-day for $179. You'll get extra plays if you want to wait till the weekend. You'll get more football than just what we're dealing with here. Mindy and I are giving out basically, 20 plays in college football over the 2 days. I would imagine, well, on the show, but our consensus, maybe we'll have 5, maybe 10, but we'll have probably double that. If you get the morning steam package, we go over every game together, whether they don't appear on the show or not, but you're going to get more if you're a subscriber. So thank you very much. And for your contributions as well in the chat. But that's how we're going to go about it. Appreciate you guys there. And, well, yeah, 5-1. So, Mindy, we gave out the show plays yesterday. But to be fair, the subscribers got the 4-1 yesterday. So please consider that as an added benefit or bonus to our premium picks. But don't forget all of our crew over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off the premium pick packages from all of them, including our crew. But yeah, Tony still rolling. Mindy, you're the hottest capper on the site over the last 7 days, producing well over 7.5 units. And also Collins up there. Tony's up a dime. He's up 11 units, actually, almost here over the last 30 days. So he's been consistent, very, very consistent. One of his best stretches, certainly, of the year. Good job, Tony. 3 packs up from the crew today already include Collins Brown. He's got 3 packs for you in Major League Baseball. And we'll have best bets and $15 plays. Tony's got a $15 play up there. It's his best bet premium pick for Wednesday. And Daniel has a $15 play as well. Pick ticker with team versus team information in chronological order. Grab your plays a la carte on the fly and check them out. All right. Thanks for everyone putting up with that. No, it's the least favorite part of the show for our regulars that don't subscribe, but to Mindy and I, that's the most important part of the show, actually. There are people here watching, maybe just need a little boost to their bankroll, and, well, we're not going to win every time. We are.
We're going to try, though.
Right, Kate. As I always say on those videos, take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. We got a crew here and you're going to find one who's hot. But quite frankly, Mindy and I are constantly on top, near those top of the leaderboards. And for whatever reason, it's all worked together here with Mindy and I when we put our handicapping minds together, like we're going to do right now. All right.
All right. What we got, Ramon? What we got?
Well, I just saw this comment from Blake, and I was thinking about you guys are throwing out all those big names.
Just
roll with Wilson. I mean, this is why we got him. I don't know if they're going to.
Isn't it?
I don't think they're going to make a change there, Mindy. All right. We're going to start with those baseball games today because we got some matinees here. And let's bring them up and move on with the show. Herewith. All right. Thank you, everyone. Here are the Rays and the Twins. And this one, Mindy, it's an important game for these two, certainly. Rays here, $1, maybe even going up a little bit here with Taj Bradley on the road. $1.20. No, $1.20 seems good. 8 of the total, though, has dropped here. There has been reported steam, and the total now is 8.5 over 20. That's nearly a whole half a run off of that line that was there on the screen. 8.5 over 20, yep.
Well, I feel like this one is just going to be all about starting pitchers here. We know Taj Bradley's kind of struggled here a bit over his last 3-4 starts. He's allowed at least a run in 5 innings versus Cleveland, and of course he gave up, I think, 12 runs thus far versus Minnesota. I just kind of feel like this one here just is gonna be the Twins. I'll probably take the Twins here. I don't know, maybe on the run line. No, I'll just take a money line. I think they just go ahead and have a solid outing here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Twins on the money line here today.
Well, we can make fun of Dallas Keuchel, but again, to me,
He's got
I
3
think
solid
he knows.
starts in a row, right?
Huh?
I said he's had 3 pretty decent starts here in a row.
Well, yeah, but he was so bad early on, so I don't know. Maybe I've just kind of forgotten about that. But again, he goes out there and he competes. It's something that can be measured sometimes in the ERA. As long as your offense is carrying you a little bit, you need to save arms when you can. And you get a guy out there like Dallas. Yeah, he's not going to go out there and throw massive amounts of innings. The overall numbers are not very good. One number that I, of course, like is that they win with Dallas Keuchel so far since he's been back 4-1 when he's out there on the mound. I mean, I think it's going to happen again today, especially against Bradley. 6.41 ERA in his last 4 starts. Tampa Bay 2-6 in his last 8 starts, and here they are. Tampa Bay's been still playing well, but the Twins are 7-10. They're feeling good. Certainly, I would think about their position right now. That's the thing. I mean, these 2 teams are definitely headed to the postseason. There's no way Minnesota's going to squander this. They're in, and Tampa Bay, that's a pretty big lead in the wild card. So both these teams are in. I think that lends to a little bit of comfortability for the home team. There's not a lot of pressure, I wouldn't think, right now on Tampa Bay. Maybe, yeah, they're only a couple games behind Baltimore. I get that, but they are on the road here. I'm going to end up taking with you Minnesota and Dallas Keuchel.
Do it. Go Dallas.
No, I don't know that. He might be a good addition to have in the bullpen. So, we might not be betting. But I saw Blake talk about pickleball, but that might be my last sport, Mindy. I might, I haven't tried it yet, but it
Move
just
to the
seems
courts.
like,
That's right.
someone who maybe can't do it anymore, and I need to have some sport athletics. Having been a tennis and racquetball recreational person, maybe pickleball, maybe senior pickleball. I could be a pro still. Maybe I have. All right, here we go.
I haven't played racquetball since college, and I have not played pickleball since high school, I think. But yeah, that's a big thing. They just had a huge, preview on the nightly news that all these pickleball, courts that are popping up everywhere are destroying the lives of the suburbians, hearing the noise constantly. So we need it to be maybe an indoor sport, Ramon.
Lots of Rays here. It looks like we're the minority here, Mindy, on this one. It's all Rays. I think you think, but Bradley just hasn't been great either. That's the thing. That's I'm not sitting here trying to sell you the Dallas Keuchel's going to end up in the Twins rotation come October. I'm just saying for right now. 4.78 ERA. That doesn't sound too bad for Dallas Keuchel, actually, considering where we're at. All right. We're on the record here in that one.
All right.
The Twins as a free premium right here.
Premium.
So. But it just wouldn't be fair to, not go over the whole card and make sure that our subscribers get, get a little something extra. For that subscription, since everything is free here on the air. So please consider subscribing to that package. You will get more picks from Mindy and I, and we do, dominate the leaderboards a lot of times.
Kind of seems that way.
Good crew here, but this is what fully documented, Mindy. We have to enter these plays. In major sports, Cubs and Rockies here, daytime action. Mindy, you did it. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I've got the wrong game up there. We didn't even have that on our list, did we?
Which one?
Cubs and Rockies. I had the wrong game.
Oh, no, we don't have that one on there.
Sorry about that. I might have
Even though the Rockies got him yesterday, right? Goodness.
I actually am going to have to make a panel on the fly here. I made a mistake here. It was supposed to be the Giants and the Guardians. I do have my notes here on the right game, but I just didn't do the graphic right. It is going to be the Guardians with Logan Allen on the road here. against Kyle Harrison of the Giants. He's an opener. He's done this 4 times so far this season with mixed results. I will say that the Giants openers, they've had some success, not with Harrison as an opener. Not that means anything. Still got to go through all these pitchers, but just something I do track. Anyways, the Giants $1.25 or $1.30 here. The total 8 under 20. Good. I didn't want to talk about that Cubs game where I went over 12.5 and you went under 12.5 and premium. Okay, Guardians.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Perky, the reason why we're not covering baseball is because we just don't have enough hours in a day. I mean, we could be, doing the show for 3 hours. We got to get stuff in. We have to get our plays in before these noon games. There's a lot of work we got to do on the back end. So we just don't have enough time to do football and baseball. We're not out there just, hustling sales, even though, you guys go to work every day. We go to work every day. Everyone likes to make money. But that's not the real reason. And so we just don't have enough time to get through 15 games of baseball and then another 15, 20 games of football plus WNBA. So we have to kind of pick and choose. We did this with college basketball and stuff last year. It's the same thing. But Ramon and I still decided, since we go over the full card, that it's still going to be fair for us to put our plays together. Because Ramon and I are betting partners. So we make our plays out there that we wager our own cash on as well. But this
we're going to tell you about it.
Yeah, right. I mean, you guys can do that too. I mean, team up with some of your buddies and put your consensus plays together. That's what we do, right?
I think that's the important thing to say, Minnie, before you get going on that, is to clear it up. Is that when you get the package from the morning steam, and I don't know if it relates necessarily to what Perky was saying, but you're getting our bets is what you're getting. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I feel like we got Logan Allen out there that I think he's been, pretty much killing it. I kind of feel like, I have a Giants pitcher out there. I know he's been a starter, but geez, he's out there just crushing it. He has like 11, K rate in 9 innings. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I think this one's going to be a low scorer. I'm going to go ahead and take the under here. In this one, I think it's closely rated, and no doubt it should be a good game. But we have Allen out there just putting up quality start after quality start, going under here.
Yeah, in fact, the reported steam has come in here on the under. There certainly were 8.5s out there, and that does concern me a little bit. But I want to go under, and I don't. This line is getting very, very. I'm getting a little bit worried about how low this line is going, but I think I'm willing to do it here. Hey, shout out to Who Bangin' here joining us in the chat. That's a big time network of sports chat room, if you will, Mindy, just like us. So happy to have him stopping by. But yeah, so Mindy, this line continues to go lower here. Again, with Harrison, I mean, that's an opener, 4 starts, 5.31 ERA. Giants have won 4 out of their last 5 games. But I like kind of Allen here on the road, 3.68 ERA this season. Guardians are 8-3 in Allen's road starts. Now, Cleveland, they've faded. It's all over now for them. They've lost 6 of their last 9. I'm going to join you here on the under, so give me 2. After yesterday, I tried to go over. What was I thinking? Guardians and Giants. I've been on these Guardians unders all year, but tried to get cute yesterday, and it was a 3-1. So, all right, good thing that was just a video play that I made on one of the channels, because it didn't work out, but I'm going to go on under again here with this guard. We know the Giants have been having some issues offensively. Cleveland's gone under in 8 of their last 13 games. And in these Harrison openers, the Giants have gone under in 3 of the 4. That's probably too short a sample. But let's take under in this one at 8 runs before it gets any lower. I mean, by the time we get off the air, maybe 7.5. All right.
Could be.
There's opinions here anyways on this one. And and the other thing there, thank you, Who Bangin'. Appreciate the crew over there. Big Boss and Ragu. Thank you. All right, here comes Frankie on Cleveland. Oh God, that's a good. It's a good channel. All right. Let's see any more. Nobody interested in this game. So, and that's been the other thing, right?
Like a little Cleveland money line. That's about all I saw. Ron G. There we go.
Mike's gonna just. That's how he. I
run down 65 out of 100.
Yeah, I wondered how his ratings worked. Now it makes full sense.
There you go.
Yep. And in the football videos, they just get more traction. Apparently, people like football a lot. We love baseball, believe me. Mindy and I love baseball.
We were up tons of units. So we had to make a decision on what we cover. It's just kind of how it goes.
Rangers.
So tomorrow, you have a little bitty card on baseball. Probably get to cover that. So
Rangers and Blue Jays here, Mindy. Another important match. This is the important matchup of the day. Sponsored by no one. As we look in this one, Mindy, Texas, just a half a game in front. At least they're in the group of three, as I like to call them, right?
Right. They're hanging in there with the Mariners and the Astros. That's right.
There's 3 teams in 2 spots, basically. Don't forget, the Rangers are embroiled in their own division battle with Houston. But we know in the playoff picture, it's going to be Texas, Seattle, and Toronto, and only 2 of those teams are going to make it. So every game is important for these 2 teams. Texas here, an underdog, though, on the road. Kikuchi, $1.25, maybe $1.30 in the total, 8/20.
Yeah, Mike likes Jimmy. We all like Jimmy. We all like our, our other handicappers that are out there. Everyone is out there giving out quality plays, so we enjoy them as well. But I think here we have Toronto with kind of an obvious home field advantage. I really like what Kikuchi's been doing. He's been really, really good. I think the big number here is Texas against, lefties, just not good. The Blue Jays, the Blue Jays are really good against lefties. How about that? A 280 batting average here. So they faced Montgomery, 11 times and have beat him up pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays and Kikuchi here today.
All right, Mindy. Well, let's go 3 for 3. Hey, we don't plan on these. We only agreed on 2 games yesterday. But for me, Jordan Montgomery, this might be Mike's pitcher of the day. He's got that 4.20 ERA. So how can we go with Montgomery? I would. He's burning through a half a unit a game.
I got to get out of it.
He's blowing through. He's blowing through.
Yeah.
I'm on fire today.
You are on fire.
half a unit a game when he takes the mound. So they're also 2-5 in his last 7 starts, 8.59 ERA in his last 3 starts. Now Texas, they've gained their breath a little bit, having won 3 of their last 4 games with Toronto, and they're in overdrive a little bit. They've won 9 of their last 14 games. Kikuchi, we know, 3.57 ERA overall. A little bit rougher of late, 4.32 in his last 3 starts without a victory in his last 6 starts. Blue Jays, however, though, 9-4 with Kikuchi in his last 13 starts. Texas over in 15 of their last 19. Toronto over in 10 of their last 16. I do think we will see runs, but I'm going to take Toronto here. And the total, though, might I do want to update it. I know we're playing the side here, but I want it to be accurate. I'm seeing 8/20 now. That actually might change my.
Change your mind.
Well, on the total, I'm rating it closely. It might put me on a play. I don't know. But nonetheless, we're going to be on the Blue Jays here. Even that price is a little cheap. Like I said, it's $1.25 or $1.30. No discount. I'm just going to move. We're ready to move on. We got the Blue Jays, but I think the total was more important to show the change there. All right. 2 teams not going to the postseason, but we couldn't help it. It's the Yankees and the Red Sox. So
right.
Talk
it's
about
closely rated.
two teams, closely rated game. Sure, here with the Red Sox favorite at $1.25, 9.5 over 15. There has been widely reported steam on this under.
I thought Schmidt was pitching yesterday, right? Isn't that what I had said early in the day?
Let's see
Goodness.
here.
So no. I'm sure that's what it is now. I just thought he was supposed to be part of that doubleheader yesterday, but didn't, make it there. So yeah, I mean, I think this is one that we have, Tanner Houck, who has really struggled. I kind of feel like we have, Schmidt that's really kind of struggled. I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those big, huge offensive games. So on this one here, we'll be hitting the over today, Ramon, with Schmidt and Houck.
Heck yeah. Hey, if they want to steam this game under, I want to take this game over with you, Mindy. I can't believe we're 4 for 4 on our plays. Right. Maybe it would have been that way if we did do a full show. And we didn't plan this out, but I want over today with the Yankees and the Red Sox. That's how I'm looking at this one as well. You have Houck has gone over in 5 straight starts. And, well, I don't need to tell everyone, as I've told them every day for the last week and a half, the Boston, they have thrown in a few unders of late, but the streak still stands. Last 25 games, 20 overs, 4 unders, 1 push. Totally going over. Houck has the 5.28 ERA, and Red Sox just 2-9 in his last 11 starts. Meanwhile, for Schmidt, he's been a little bit more solid of late, but still a 4.5 ERA on the road here. I'm going over, especially if they're going to take it down to 9.5 now when it was, and it's juiced a little bit to the over. Certainly, I'm just going to leave that up there, but 9.5, probably over 15. Let's take it. We're a 4 for 4, so
all right,
probably guaranteed. 10. I don't want to say what. Maybe we'll have no agreements in the other games that we don't publish. Let's see what the chat has to say, if anything, on this one. And again, you look, they're talking about Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, he was the inspiration for all of us, it seems like. Here's Josh Lower here today. Thank you. But you can see, I mean, there's not as many comments on these baseball games like we were when the season was rolling. All right. Mike had a good day yesterday. Hope those were on the show. I think had your plays in there. Appreciate it. And I just missed Dre on the other game. I wanted to show his play. He's so good to us. Justin Bennett here today. He got burned yesterday by the Yankees, but it was a run. I think it was a 1-run game though, right? So close game yesterday. Game went under, but let's go over. Let's try the over here today. All right, and well, I don't know if it was, if you're trying to bum me out, if you're trying.
No, absolutely not. It was like a minus 120 game, Ramon, instead of minus 200. I could have put those out there.
Things that make me upset, but nonetheless, Pepio. Tony always raves about, Pepio's coming, and well, look at Pepio now. I mean, he's hot. Whether or not it's long term, whatever, the Dodgers are going to need him. I don't think he fits into the postseason plans of the Dodgers starting rotation. But if you can have this guy coming in pitching this well. I don't know. The Dodgers are kind of being forgotten about here a little bit, it feels like, with all the talk of the other teams right now. But here they are favored against my Padres. And even though go ahead and go first. I don't want to.
Yeah, well, you talked about Pepio there. His last outing, he had given up 0 runs. They beat the Marlins 10-0. But of course, it's the Marlins. And I really like Snell on the mound here as well. So this is another one that Snell has that sub, 3 ERA, sitting at like 2.28, something like that. We know that we have the Dodgers that can hit. I think he can limit them. And we got a good pitcher here for the Dodgers. I think to me, this looks like an under game. And that's where I'm going to go here
All right,
today.
5
Taking
for
the under.
5. I can't believe it. I don't think we've ever done 5 for 5 on the 5. We talk about Perky talked about, but we've done the 5 baseball game. We've been doing this show for a year, so we've been on the 5 game plan before.
Right.
We've done the September 5 game plan last year when we started the show. So, and we're going for it right now with the under here. I agree, Mindy. Even at 8.5, Pepio is unbelievable right now. His last 2 starts, 12 innings, no runs. Been just terrific. Now, Dodgers got the win yesterday, and although I've said, Mindy, on all the, yes, Padres as a dog, we're interested. Padres as a favorite, we're not. Against the rival Dodgers here, getting this incredible, to me, just a great price. I mean, these are the games the Padres should absolutely lose right now. They ended up 29-42 on the road. You want to point somewhere where they've had their problems. You know what you do on the road, Mindy? You have a good time if you're a underachieving baseball team. You have a little room service, if you will, and life is good when you have a bunch of money in your pocket. I think of, I made that reference to the Padres being weighed. Reminds me of like a cartoon where like the players are running around and like money is falling out of their pockets as they're running the bases,
Right.
and they got to pick it up. Yeah, right. Exactly. And then they got to go like so much money. They're like handing it to the umpire because it doesn't fit back in their pockets. So take the under. We'll take the under. I think you know where I'm going with this one. But all right, those are our plays. 5 plays. You got it. Maybe that might be it. I don't know. Appreciate your comments. Let's see if everybody agrees. Who wants the Padres? Not me. Thomas Lewis here today. Dodgers. Frederick wants that. Nerfy. Pepio. He hasn't had that but a couple of starts. Of course, he hasn't given up a run. And for Snell, he's actually a bit of a slow starter, giving up a run in 9 of 29 innings. That's a little bit above quality as far as that stat is concerned. Lord says LA, Dre going under. That's our baseball. I have a feeling we'll have more, Mindy, if you get there's no guarantees, and we're not going to make you, subscribe to that package. But again, if you get the 7-day, for example, we'll have plenty of plays. I know we'll probably have a few there. We don't know yet. Haven't heard from Mindy on the other plays. But hello to Ray. And but with all the football, that we will also do the same thing. Remember, we're only covering 20 or so games on the air here. Let's get to the WNBA tonight, Mindy.
All right, let's do it.
Games, these playoffs are getting underway, and we previewed these games pretty much all season, so no reason to stop now. Lynx and the Sun going to start us off. Connecticut, near double-digit favorite here in the opener, and unfortunately, given the nature of the matchups, these first rounds are going to be, hopefully there'll be some exciting games and upsets, but they're not too great, right? Sun here, 9.5, 159.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I think the favorites, they're going to get down to business here. I don't think there's going to be any surprises, kind of like you said right now. Lynx have kind of ended the season, I think, poorly. They've been struggling a little bit all year. A team that plays better at home than on the road. They're 1-4 against spread in the last 5, especially off of some rest. And the Sun now, they're 9-1. I think it's kind of sneaky in their last 10 games. Played on some rest there too against the spread. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sun. I think they win comfortably in this one. I'll take them at minus 9.5 here.
All right. Mindy on the Sun today, lay 9.5 with the Lynx. And this was one of the 4 matchups that I'm not confident on the spread. I may be the Lynx. Yeah.
This is the one I'm most confident on.
It is the one you're most confident on?
Yeah, right?
I'm just concerned. It looks like, to me, I feel like the Sharps are leaning Lynx, but again, they're probably just playing this 9.5 number. But you're going to see one pattern from me for sure. I'm going to be on the under, of course, in this one. And I don't know. I'm waiting for game by game. I'll tell you what I'm, I don't want to give away any premiums because I'm going to be heavily involved in the WNBA playoffs. So I'll take the under in this one, Mindy, on the Sun here.
We have to hope the lines are there in the system. That's the one thing holding us back.
Well, good point. Good point. If there is a problem, I'll try to at least get. The last games weren't available. Now they were the last game of the season, so maybe there was an issue there. But I think for me, try to get at least a play. If it's premium worthy and I can't get it in the system, I'm going to definitely try to find a way to get it to at least in our Discord.
In the Discord, that's right.
Check us out over there on the Discord. Think about Connecticut. I mean, they just you figure, Collier, as good as she is, having to go up against the likes of Bonner. It just makes life very, very difficult. And I'm sure Tiffany Hayes, I think, is on injury designation here. It's not necessarily going to sway my handicap here, but figuring, let's see here. Oh, she is probable. Okay. And Shepard out for the Lynx. So to me, it just feels like if Tiffany Hayes, McBride's good, but she's not a good defender, I don't think. Okay. One more here, Sky and Aces. So they are favored by 16 here in the opener. This total is up to 171.5. Let's see here. That sounds kind of steamy to me. And the reported steam. The reported steam actually came in on the under, and then it was bet back up here. So, that is interesting to me. What do you think here, Aces and Sky?
Well, I think the Sky, they're gonna, just go, all out here in this one. I think they got to do whatever they can do to get, to try to get this in here. We know that they're outmatched by the Aces. So for me, I think this is going to be the Aces got to show who the Aces are, and you have a team that's got to be desperate to be in it. I think they're going to have to really be aggressive offensively. I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one. I do think this one gets over the 171 here.
Okay, I'm trying to read through the because it sounds like you might be premium, and I don't want to spoil anything there. So, maybe I don't know if I'm going to say the right thing here, but I've got the Aces to absolutely drub the Sky. I don't know. Maybe you were making the Sky would just, have
I just don't like this.
or give up.
I like this big spread, but I do think the Aces probably crush it.
Oh, okay. Because I would say, one thing that you could say that when you were expressing it the way you were, not statistically, but because like the Sky, you could just decide. The thing is keeping the Aces down anyways, right? Because Aces could end up scoring 85, 90, 95 points in the game. And the Sky, if they did sacrifice on D, they could get involved in a higher scoring game, which may actually lead them to covering a spread in a high scoring game. But if they actually try to, take advantage of some areas where they do have an advantage defensively, because they have good defensive players, in my opinion, in Mabry, in Williams, that can stop, certainly Chelsea Gray. Not that the, Aces worry too much about the play in the middle. I mean, they're so reliant on the forward, the scoring of Wilson and Plum as well at guard. But all right, I will take. So we went 5 for 5 in baseball. We're just going to start tomorrow with consensus WNBA. It looks like Mindy on the over here, 171, and I'm on the Aces. I'm laying 16. All right, well, that's our WNBA. Okay, we're going to cover some college football now, top 25 action. Unfortunately, hopefully, the one great thing about these games, Mindy, is that a lot of times for the general betting public, these are the toughest kind of games to handicap, where they throw up their arms a little bit, right? Anybody can, or not anybody can handicap, but sometimes in pick'em games or close games, it's easier for someone to have a side, feel confident about it. But as I like to say, threading the needle on some of these games with huge spreads and totals that are in this case, half as much as a spread. That's what makes it kind of difficult. So we're going to talk about these teams, including the floundering Alabama Crimson Tide. Are they headed? Where are these guys headed? Are they? Maybe they should kick them out of the SEC. They're so terrible at this point. Spot to get right here, taking on South Florida. Probably can name the score, but what you really can you accomplish on the road? Taking 100 kids there, you want to get them all playing time before you go in and play conference play. So can Alabama right the ship here? I know they'll win, but what's going to happen?
That's funny. Can they right the ship? We're just all worried about
Poor Alabama. Right. Oh God, we feel so terrible.
Yeah, I mean, do we? I mean, I don't know. Don't we kind of all think they're probably gonna, run the next, 10 games, probably, right?
The schedule's easy, so they'll get it back.
I mean, right. So it's all going to depend on if we think that they can cover the spread, and I think they have a ton of motivation coming into this game. After everyone has written them off, from the national championship games, I think they'll definitely be one of the playoff teams. And I think they kind of, probably win this one by, the 38-39. So I think they get this one. You got a little bit of a touchdown leeway. I think I'll take Alabama to cover the spread here.
You got it about a touchdown off. And well, I think maybe I'll try to be, maybe I can call it a field goal off, but I can't get off Alabama here in this type of spot where I don't know if it's not so much Alabama, right? I mean, maybe they only get 6 or 7 touchdowns, but can South Florida really even do enough to get involved with the spread? The total would suggest that they would. So maybe South Florida can get, I don't think they can get a third score, but the total's pretty high. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with so maybe it is too low. If Alabama does get to 8 touchdowns, I mean, this thing I would guess would end up going over. So I don't know if there's a lot of handicap I can do necessarily here with it, like people might be looking for, but I'm not worried about, what happened in Texas. I might even jump the gun. I mean, when I said Texas, I was talking about my own. I know they're not number one. I was going off some a text that someone had sent me, and I kind of, but I don't know. I mean, you seem to agree. Maybe Texas is number one right now, not number 4, not number 7, whatever. I mean, to me, it felt like that was something special. So I think we should still give Alabama some credit there, despite that game. So the Bulls, they can't play any defense on Alabama, no matter how left behind their offense is. They don't have the quarterbacks. That's all probably right now. Maybe they don't want to go to Tuscaloosa anymore. Now that all these other schools are coming into these other conferences and there are other options, and Saban's 71 years old. Shouldn't make fun of that. Mindy, I'm going to take Alabama with you to roll here. And I figure 35 is probably a safe place to be. And if you've got them even a touchdown better than that. This line was as low as 29.5 and was actually as high as 30. The opener was 35 when we did the show on Saturday. And the money did come in on South Florida, first move there. And again, I wouldn't think, you want to play a lot of kids in your games before you get into conference play. This is a game. This is usually the game you do it. This is one of the things that is not talked about as much. Who you're playing, the players you're playing when you're huge favorites.
Right.
They can roll. Don't worry. Oklahoma here is in a similar situation. They're not Alabama. They are Oklahoma. Minus 28 here on the road. And the total here is 60, taking on Tulsa.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these that, I'm not a total, fan of these coaching staffs, right? I think Oklahoma Sooners. I always think they're a good team, but I think their coaching lets them down. And then you could say that the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes have like the worst coaching staff here in the nation. So how in the heck are they going to stay up with this Oklahoma team? Again, I have this one. Oklahoma rated out at about 32. It's a little bit closer than what I have Alabama. But yeah, I mean, Oklahoma's already put up 70. They're averaging 50 points a game here easily. I think they get this one today or on Saturday there, Ramon. I'm taking Oklahoma.
Saturday. Now, they did get the money last week covering that game against SMU. They got a couple of touchdowns. Like they were interested in covering. It felt like, they're against SMU. 2 touchdowns in the final 9 minutes made it kind of interesting. So, Tulsa covered by a half a point, even though
they got the money by half.
They were outgained by 250 yards. So the line definitely, I mean, it opened as low as Circa opened at 23. I mean, was Circa thinking the action wasn't going to come in? He immediately was bet up to 26 and a half. I'm going to actually respect the bookmaker a little bit. I'm not going to lay the tax here with you at what it looks like to me.
Sure.
Off of like I say about the Circa openers now, their limits are actually quite high. They try to make sure they set a good line. I didn't know that they were bringing in the opinions there. Sorry about that in the chat. I'm so used to. Oh no, they were talking about other stuff. No one has any opinions on football yet. Frankie does like the under here in this one. Mike's worried about the pandemic. No, the great thing is we have some great scientists came up. Let me tell you, Mindy, there's a medicine that people take. Yeah, feel for about 3 days. It starts working, and they stop taking the medicine. They feel pretty bad. And then all of a sudden, they start to get better. So I think we figured it out.
And through it.
people with, if you got any kind of breathing issues or, try to be a little safer than, younger people, older people, immunocompromised. Okay. Anyways, Mindy, too many for me. I like under here. I totally missed the boat on this. Open 63.5 down to 60, make it a free play here on the show. I'm going to end up on the under in this one with Tulsa and Oklahoma. And Mindy takes Oklahoma. Hope Tulsa doesn't score. That's where the issue.
They might not.
Gonna lie here, I would think. All right. Western Kentucky going up against Ohio State, and another 4-touchdown favorite here. The Bucks at home against the Hilltoppers. Total here 64.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I kind of feel like a little bit of a broken record here. Ohio State, I have them winning by 29, so it's close, but I'm going to go ahead and take them here. Again, it's Ohio State. Are we worried about their offense? Only averaging 29 points a game. Are we really worried, though? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just one of these that some of these teams kind of tend to start a little bit slow. They got a couple games under their belt now. Western Kentucky has been able to put up some points. They're averaging about 46. But I think it's going to be, again, a case of too big, too strong there on the line. Give me Ohio State here to roll.
I'm perplexed a little bit. I think Ohio State rolls here. I think they can get the 4-touchdown win. I think they can probably win by a little bit more, and I think that feels like the safer side to me. The steam has come in on Ohio State. It opened 26. It did tick as high as 28. You might not even – it's such a number that stands out like a sore thumb. You might actually try to get off 28 and get it just down. If we'd be worried like I am, I'm going to trust Mindy here and take Ohio State with her in this one. Look, they have not looked like C.J. Stroud, Ohio State, but, I mean, were they really expecting that at this point? McCord, 3 touchdowns so far, but you're at home against Well, Western Kentucky, they kind of look like in Western Kentucky because they have a quarterback, certainly right now with Reed, 4 touchdowns last week. But you have to think that the Bucks, I talk about getting all those players in, but I think Ohio State also wants to have a big time in the shoe here with a beatable opponent that they should be able to beat down. Let's see here what we got from the chat in this one, and it looks like DJ Big Boy. He's saying Ryan Day, pressure's on, right? So you better take advantage of these situations here.
Still, I think number 2 coach and all of. I don't think we're too worried about him. He
needs a big win.
Behind Saban.
Looks like Thomas is saying go under here. That's kind of the way I'm looking here in this one as well. I think under. Maybe they can slow down Western Kentucky, but Reed 27 of 33 last week, and just also concerned that Ohio State not covering necessarily and only have 58 points or so.
Right.
I'll take them here with you. I'll lay 28 points with the Bucks, and well. Here comes more Pac-12 action with, I say Pac-12 team. I mean, they're on a roll still, and now they're favored on the road. Look, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. Michigan State, we know the coach has been suspended. I don't want to, get into that. The story was breaking as we were on the show over the weekend, but I don't know. All I can say about the situation with Tucker is I don't know how you have non-consensual phone sex, but let's talk about the game. Washington is a 16.5. Hello, goodbye, click. Washington 16.5, and the total.
I'm sure it was being recorded, Ramon, so we could probably find out.
More. Oh, okay. More is yet to come, possibly in the Michigan.
Well, wouldn't you think?
Well, we talked about how sad it is, and what truly, all kidding aside, about some of the woes of Michigan State, and it seems to be in a dark spot. Anyways, I imagine this is affecting the spread a little bit because Washington opened as low as 13. It's now 16.5. Head coach is suspended. Still going to get out there and play this game. I mean, here with Washington on the road, double-digit, 2-touchdown favorite. Pac-12, they're the ones that are smelling like roses, and especially going up against a Big Ten team here.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to be under the impression that, Penix is definitely the best quarterback out there playing right now. My opinion, I think he's great. But I do kind of feel like this Washington Huskies team has a little bit of trouble covering spreads. They don't tend to put people away. I don't know what it is, but they have a hard time putting folks away. And I think Michigan State at home, a little bit of, something to prove here. I'm going to take Michigan State at home in those big points. I don't think Washington gets this one by 2 touchdowns for as great as I think this quarterback and receiving core is. But Michigan State, I think, gets the points here. I got Washington winning by touchdown, something like that.
Okay. No, I want to agree. You think you're saying Michigan?
I'm taking Michigan State. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, because Kim has been good. The numbers are great. It's just comparing the schedule a little bit, right? I mean, Boise and Tulsa, but Boise's okay, right? We know they have some, but so Penix has faced those 2 teams, and Kim has faced Central Michigan and Richmond. So Penix, 850 yards so far, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick, but Kim 571 yards with 5 touchdowns and no picks as well. The total, this looks to reek of a shootout. So maybe I have to respect what the Sharps are saying about this. It opened 62.5. It's now down to 57.5. These teams would look to be, very proficient at throwing. So not sure about this move actually on the total, but I'm going to respect it. But I'm going to take Michigan State here with you in this one, Mindy. Thomas Lewis is going to lay it with Washington. And Frankie Diamond says he wants to go over in this one. Certainly you're getting the best price, I would think, at this one. And DJ Big Boss, Michigan State looks good so far. This could be a spot they get exposed. Look, we know what this Pac-12 is doing right now to all these teams, but feels like playing maybe just a tad too many on the road here. And I respect this move to the under. Maybe we're looking at something that could end up being a lower scoring game after all. But Mindy and Penix, look, the trophy goes to a quarterback a lot.
Yeah.
So,
right.
That is interesting that you say that and you like him so much. And again, I mean, he could put up these big numbers. Let's take Michigan State, see what happens. I think Michigan State might have enough defense just to slow them down enough. They'll get the money, and I think the move on the total is right. Whether or not I'm getting the best price, I don't know if it's going to matter. I think I'm still going to end up – I better do it. I bet wait, I don't know. Could it go back up? Could general public push this total back up for me because of the perception? Don't they know about Michigan State? We know about Michigan State. Yes, they're playing Washington, but they are – putting up a very good offense, even against poor competition. So, all right. Well, we got to wait till all the information's out. But if your coach is suspended, it's not great. But I'm telling you, I don't want to hear
the offensive coordinator, right?
All right. Yeah. Let's. There's still, everyone but one well, I don't want to say it like that, but the coach is affected. Everyone else is doing their job. Everyone else, kids are going to class, they're coming to practice, they've got coaches, we know all that. It just sucks, man. Michigan State. Clean it up. All right, we got a good one here, at least, Mindy, with the game of the weekend, I would guess.
Right? It kind of feels like it.
Tennessee and Florida here. I've got showing Tennessee down to a 6.5-point favorite at some spots this morning, and the total has dipped just a tad to 58.5 here. We got some. This is some SEC football. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right. Tennessee struggled though, against like Austin P, that sort of thing. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, but it's also one of those like weather I think really affected them last game out as well. I have this one basically a virtual tie, right? And that would be a tie as to who is actually going to win outright. So if I'm getting 7, I'm taking the Gators here at home. It's hard to play in the swamp. We all kind of know that. You got right now, it's not like Florida's too far off statistically. Each of these two are only allowing like single digits to their opponents thus far. So is there a little bit more defense than what we're expecting? I kind of think so. I'm going to go ahead and take Florida here, though. Getting looks like 6.5 now. I'd rather have that 7.
You can get 7.
All right, I'll take
I didn't know what you were picking. I just was looking at a popular online book, and I entered in 7, and now it's 6.5. But here's the thing. I mean, we've seen this spread kind of run the gamut already all over the place. I mean, I saw a number as low as 4, but I think generally it's been 7. It's been 6.5. Saw it go all the way up to 9.5 at one spot. Let me see where that was. Where was that? Where was that book at? Was that an authorized licensed sports book in the United States? Well, anyway, I mean, we got to figure this game's. You got it closer than that necessarily. My lean was certainly. I've got it closer to the spread. Maybe I'm less decisive here, but at least a home dog here with Florida. You're going to be on it. I'm just going to exercise maybe a little bit of caution. I mean, last year was so exciting with that was Hooker and Richardson, and I don't know, everybody can laugh at Richardson. Yeah, right. I mean, look, we were on it with Richardson. I mean, look, I gave the rookie quarterbacks of the NFL. I know we're going to talk NFL tomorrow. I gave them all, all of them passing grade. It's very, very difficult to go in and do anything as a rookie quarterback. Richardson passed with flying colors, obviously, but
still turn the ball over too much. Remind me of his college
it's going to happen. But you look at the quarterbacks right now that they're trying to make into NFL, and I get it, especially the ones that are running these super air raid shooting offenses, right? But it's tough to go get a Josh. I'm making fun of Josh Allen too with the 80 turnovers, but I'm talking about a 6'4" guy that can throw the ball. That you coach these guys up, right? You take your chances with physical specimens, and the other guys are kind of hit and miss. Anyways, that was Hooker and. Last year with Hooker, it looked like we were dealing last year with Hooker and Richardson, and that game was just on point last season. But the Vols have a lot to return. There's still Tennessee, moving up and forward over the last few years here. Usually, Florida as a dog is pretty decent. It doesn't happen, as often as you might think. So maybe it is worth a shot at getting a touchdown here in this one. I'm gonna go under 58.5, and it is. Yeah, well, I could join you still. But I don't think the spread's gonna move too much off of this. If it's 7, that's fine. Maybe it'll be just a 7. Let's see here if anybody's interested in this. I would think there'd be some interest here. We know that you guys are. Make your plays on Saturday. Thomas Lewis will take Tennessee here. Who Bangin says line's tight. Napier's tough. And Perky wants to talk about Mel Tucker. You can Google it, Perky. It's all over the place.
But yeah, it's not Washington's coach. It's Michigan State coach.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make that clear. Don James would never stand for that at Washington. Bowling Green is at Michigan. Bowling Green is at Michigan here. Here it is, Minnie. These are the ones, I promise you, these are the games that I specialize in. The thread the needle, special, side and total. The line is 40. The total is 53. I'm gonna give you both the side and the total, maybe.
Oh, goodness. 40? Man, I think that's a bunch. But I have a family friend that plays for Bowling Green. It's his nephew.
My favorite team from last year, don't forget.
Yeah, he transferred from Iowa State, went to Bowling Green. He's a starter now. It's kind of why he went there. So it's kind of fun to watch. Been kind of trailing them a little bit. They've been averaging 31 points a game, 418 yards of offense. I don't think they're anything to sneeze at here. I know they didn't look exactly great. They got a loss under their belt. Michigan, we know they're always going to be good, but I think this is a game where we might rest some folks at the end of the game. And I don't feel like they're like Alabama, right, where you have that tier 2, the second teamers come in where they really don't fall off much. I'm going to go ahead and take Bowling Green. I think 40 is just too many in this game. I have, Michigan probably in the 30s. But yeah, I like Bowling Green in this one.
Yeah, we kind of made fun of Harbaugh a little bit, saying, he doesn't run up, but sometimes he does actually. But 40 here in this situation. So, and I, don't mean to make it about Harbaugh and the coaching, his deal there. I'm not worried about that as necessarily. I am about the program here, but I'll give out the over certainly in this one. I gotta think that I'm gonna need Bowling Green's help here. Probably gonna need 2 scores out of them. Obviously gonna need 2 scores out of them here. So you said Michigan to roll though?
No, I like Bowling Green.
You said Falcons.
I think Michigan probably wins by 30. Again,
yeah,
I feel like,
you said.
My thing is I like Harbaugh, but he's one of those he's not the best recruiter, right? So I kind of feel like they have their starting core and then their tier 2, these second stringers that aren't as good, like Alabama. They're great recruiters. They have all of this talent. I kind of feel like when they get some of their starters out, they still have, the second core that comes in and can be about as good. So I kind of feel like, we're going to be up big. We're going to rest some starters. We don't want to get anyone hurt. And I feel like that gives Bowling Green some chances. And again, it kind of fits into your scenario there as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely all about that. These are the games where they play. You play your guys at these. You got to get these guys in. This again. One other point that I made about covering these spreads and also in some instances overcoming that missed plays because of the clock, the new rules there is the fact that big teams are going to be looking to get their players more into a game now or get more plays in their game even late when they're up ahead because they're missing out on those 5 plays per game, and there's only 12 and 13 games in college football, so you've got to maximize those plays. So you may actually have one extra drive from not necessarily the starters, but they're still trying to play the game necessarily, right, and get some experience in there. So no Harbaugh and his suspension, but again, this is one you can just dial it in and
yeah, I think he comes back versus Nebraska, right?
Name the score. Oh, great!
Yeah,
Can't wait for that. Gee.
Oh yeah, me either.
All right, Thomas Lewis says it's 60-0 Michigan. Okay, I'll take over then. I'll take over. Mindy's on Bowling Green. And appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Next up with Georgia Tech against Ole Miss. In this one, we've got Ole Miss favored here, minus 18.5 and 63.
Yeah, I like both sides. I'm kind of unsure which way I really want to go. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take Ole Miss here in this one. They promised to run the ball a lot more, to be a more physical team this year. I feel like Georgia Tech makes just too many miscues. I think they're missing their leading wide receiver here this game also. So I'm going to take Ole Miss here to win this one. I have them actually winning by about, 27.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. It sounds like a lot. So sometimes when I have that huge a variance, I don't know if it's just one of those, like, maybe my estimates, maybe my numbers are off a little bit. It worries me just because there's not so much information here when we're trying to decide with these spreads. But again, I think it's going to be a big running game. I think they wear them down. I think they just roll. I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Tech can run too. I know Ole Miss is going to have some edges there, certainly, but Tech has been doing a nice job, and they've got a quarterback doing a nice job so far. Look at that. I've missed out, Mindy. I love the over in this game. It's gone all the way up to 63. It opened 59.5. Somewhere it opened 55.5. I guess I'm living in the wrong state or the wrong country or the wrong but it's all the way up to 63, and I still think it can get over 63 here. I'm going to end up on the over in this game. I think Georgia Tech does have a lot of ability. I think they have improved ability on offense. They had. They were playing South Carolina State, but they rushed for 268 yards, and King has done a nice job at quarterback. He's 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, the games have been easier. Certainly, he was 4 touchdowns last week. So I think Ole Miss was able to take, Pratt left that game. That was a big, big deal, certainly in that one. And who's up next for Ole Miss? Alabama? Oh, well, they don't look ahead to Alabama because everybody knows Alabama sucks. So
right. They're terrible.
They play. Ole Miss doesn't even know they play Alabama next, so I don't think I'm going to go on Mississippi in this look.
They're looking forward, huh?
Yeah, I'll go over.
Might not take care of business.
Yeah, maybe a look ahead. I'm thinking Tech stays in. Upset alert, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Oh, we might have a few comments here on this one. Let's see. Thomas Lewis concerned about the Tech injuries. So, all right. Let's see. Thomas is on Mississippi here.
Ole Miss. Let's go. Let's roll.
Okay.
Let's go Rebels.
Go Rebs. Probably have to change their nickname or something.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Let's see what I've got here. Next up is the matchup between Mindy. Thank you. It's Wyoming. Hey, Wyoming, watch out, Texas. We know Wyoming they can shock you. And maybe Texas might be my number one team right now, but we already know that Wyoming has a good performance. Hey, here Texas minus 28.5 and the total 49.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Cowboys. I always root for them. They had a nice game versus, Texas Tech that they won there in double overtime. They've been averaging, 30 points a game or so, but they allow is still close to 25 points a game and close to 500 yards on defense. So I'm going to go ahead and take Texas. Again, I feel like they can go ahead and roll here, especially at home. It's one of these, like, once momentum gets going against the Cowboys, I think it's going to be a rough outing for them. So taking Texas.
Right. I've got to take Texas because I'm touting them as my number one team right now. And I respect the teams that are ahead of them, but I don't think yours is better than Penix. But you know what? If Texas has the season, we'll see.
Yeah, anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how he does the rest of the way out. He looked good that game.
Oh, no, I have concerns because Baylor next for Texas. So I think there's, look ahead spot here, but maybe they won't be. Maybe they can, be focused here. I don't think Texas is. I don't think they've turned the ball over yet. So that's yeah. Wyoming had a rough time against Portland State. They barely had more yardage than Portland State.
And we saw what happened to Portland State versus Oregon. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Texas, 0 turnovers. Wyoming, 4.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Good job.
All right.
All right. So look at that. Look at all that info you know about
Texas. Well, no, I'm taking Texas. I think I'm taking Texas, even though my computer does say, watch out. This is probably a 4-touchdown look-ahead spot. Wyoming did take the reported steam from the Sharps. At least that keeps it down here. Be careful that hook. People say, don't buy the, you buy the hook
every time. I do every time.
Look,
every time.
I'm not buying a hook on 26.5, but you're darn sure I'm buying a hook on 28. All right. Or maybe even a full point, right?
Right.
30, 39, I could care less. 41 and 42.5, probably gonna even buy a hook there if I'm playing it that way. Key number, even though college, anything can happen. We know with goofy scores, in college, but still they land on certain numbers. That's something that analysts will tell you time and time again. All right. Is Texas the new Alabama? Right. We've waited and waited and waited. And I've never consumed the Texas Kool-Aid. In fact, I have been one to reject any any Texas advance. Now I'm finally on the horns. I'm on the horns right now. In this game, for the season, years past, Texas is back. No, I'm saying no, they're not. Now, this version, in this season, in this format, and I talking about the way things are developing, more teams are going to be winning national championships again. Dynasties are over. Sorry, Lou. Hawaii and Oregon here, Mindy. Okay, I get. Oh boy, the miracle cover. Everyone wants to talk about it. Last week with the 45-yard interception return to get the money, the bad beat of the week. The Scott Van Pelt bad beat of the week.
It was.
Go ahead.
It was the bad beat of the week, but how amazing was that for, it was kind of funny because we were talking about it here just at the house. I was like, yeah, the only thing that
We
could,
weren't watching that one
mess
tonight,
this one up is a pick six. And then I was like, oh, but they'd probably just fall on it, and they're like, no, they'll just run it in. I'm like, oh, okay. And it happened. It was pretty wild watching it real time. It was almost unbelievable because Texas Tech had been covering that spread the whole game. But I don't remember who Stanford played last week. Was it USC or was it UCLA?
Oh,
Who was it
gosh.
that played last week? But anyway,
Well,
Stanford, kind of crushed Hawaii, right? And then Stanford gets totally crushed. And then they come up against an Oregon team averaging 600 yards of offense per game. No chance for the Rainbow Warriors here. Oregon probably wins this one by 60. I'll take them.
all right, Mindy, I get it. We'll just try. I want to make sure I got it right. It was 56-10 in that game, Stanford at USC. And the total was 69.5, and it went under. Mindy, maybe just one. I mean, you've never heard of Timmy Chang. I mean, come on, I'm getting
I've heard of him.
Okay, I'm getting 38 points with my guy. Well, I'll probably just look at the total here then. And look, this one I get feels too high. I'm probably gonna be with the reported steam came on the over, so I guess I'm not. With the sharps here, maybe what is it going to, did you quote a score? What'd you say, 60-0, or was that Thomas?
Yeah, I said they probably win by 60. I haven't win by 40. I just said 60 to be funny.
All right. Well, I want to think that, look, Hawaii's never going to be back, but at least they have Timmy Chang. That's this game would, it just feels like he could get something together offensively, even against an Oregon team that likes to gloat when they win 8 games, 81-0. It's a great day to be a Duck. So Hawaii's given up 35 points. Every game it seems like they have covered 8 of their last 10, dating back to last season. It would seem like Timmy Chang could design up enough here, but if you say that there's no chance, I'll go under. It might be against my better judgment. I don't think Hawaii has any defense. They're giving up over 35 a game. Maybe it'll be 49-14. Does that get me home? I guess it does. 49-14. It's going to get everything home here. Oregon and Hawaii. Not much else. I don't know how else I can analyze this one. I just want to. I hope that because the underdogs cover in Ducks games. There's no doubt. But man, Hawaii used to play some incredible games where the score would be like 56-49. They'd be playing big time teams out on the island at 2 a.m. and miracle games. You can find them on YouTube. Hawaii games. All right.
I do remember some Hawaii miracle games. Yeah.
At home on that turf. They play now at basically they built a little stadium. They don't play in the concrete jungle anymore, but that was a place where you could work some magic. See if we got some comments here on this game. Probably not. Thomas going under with me. And again, if it goes over, then it's going to be that Hawaii. It's going to. I don't think it's going to be 72-7 or anything. All right, save the best for last.
That's right.
I think this one. This will be the. I think the last. I don't know. Maybe you'll come up with a few of these. These are our top 25 covers. That's what it is. So.
Top 25 coverage. Yep.
Got it. Colorado here against Colorado State. This makes it all that much more interesting, even though Colorado we expect to be a big favorite now. Asterisks all over the place, I would think, in this one. There's no reason. I mean, Colorado State doesn't have a fervent fan following that's going to, travel in there to Boulder and make this. This is still going to be a, black and gold show. But there is the name Colorado in both teams, and I guess that's got to amount to something.
Yeah. So Ramon, you were on these Buffaloes two times here so far in the first 2 games. And why were the Rams on bye last week? I thought that was pretty odd to start the season with a bye, the only team on bye. But does that help you heal up a little bit after the first game, or does it give you the disadvantage for not playing in another one? I don't know how I feel about that. So I kind of gave Nebraska a chance, right, versus Colorado. I kind of felt like when Colorado played TCU, it was kind of a lack of competitiveness with TCU. I mean, a team that has, I don't know, only 11 players from last season. They have like a 90-man roster of all new guys. So I kind of felt like Colorado was being a little bit overvalued. When they come up against Nebraska, I kind of felt like that. And again, it was Nebraska with their 6 turnovers that just made that game kind of unwatchable, but hung in there for good, 2 and a, I don't know, 2.25 quarters. I don't know how it works, but I see Colorado winning this one. I think they win it handily. I don't think they win this one by 4 touchdowns. I think that's a little bit too much for them to ask. It's still, especially when they're not really running the ball. I know they're going to have to just count on just, passing that way. And it looks like if you could put pressure on Shadir, he can run into a little bit of trouble too. I have Colorado winning this one by about 14. I don't have them winning by 23. I'm going to go ahead and take Colorado State and see how this turns out. The only thing that worries me is Colorado State gives up the 550 yards of offense, and that's what Colorado puts up. So I don't know how it's going to come down, but I still am kind of a little bit leery on this Colorado team. Haven't totally bought in until maybe they can get a running game going a little bit more.
You're going to see it this week for sure with Colorado because they'll have advantages all over the field against Colorado State. I'm ahead of the curve on Colorado, and now there are still non-believers, and no, they're not a national championship caliber team. I mean, look, I think even the polls probably have them too high, but you can go in and cover your first 2 games by 43 points, leave the metrics. I respect all of you folks. They're doing your jobs with the metrics. And look, I mean, I'm sure no team has had a greater adjustment in your ratings than Colorado. So, they're going to continue to catch up. If they get covers, if they don't, then, you'll be actually ahead. Again, I really thought there were more Dion detractors. I thought I was actually, I didn't know that I was in the majority of folks. Is it the media itself? I thought people were not expecting Colorado, and I thought I was a contrarian to be, and I wasn't doing it to be contrarian. I think I understand the landscape, and I'm not always caught up in the numbers. So
yeah, I think we'll find out a lot about Colorado next week, right?
Oh, for sure. And I'm not exactly thrilled with the position, but when when you have I'm talking about with the posturing a little bit of Colorado and even Sanders calling out Rule. I mean, is there really a place for that? But you only get one chance in. Well, I don't want to say one chance in life. You get one chance in the moment. You get them. So why not seize the opportunity to leave and build a legacy? I mean. Dion could leave the campus tomorrow, and Colorado could probably pick up the pieces a little bit and still sustain and survive for a few years as a decent football team just from pieces that might be left in place and things like that. So he's brought all that. We don't need, you could find this on any channel. So I'm going to go over because what you said, I mean, how can Colorado State stop these guys? And if Colorado does have such vulnerabilities defensively, which they might not have in a game against Colorado State, but yeah, maybe they're still a little bit overrated. So Colorado State, maybe 3 touchdowns would be 3 touchdowns and it's over. I would think. No, you're calling for just a 2-touchdown game, so it wouldn't be there. But again, I'm obviously closer to the spread on Colorado here. In fact, I do have them open 19, bet up to 23, was as low as 18. We're definitely getting to the a little bit of a tough zone right there when they're starting about 24 points. I mean, I'm probably going to be on Colorado somehow here in this one, but not comfortable in giving it out as a play probably to the public at 24 points. So I'll take over, though, for sure at 60.5. Open 58.5, now 60.5. I've got maybe 70 points here. I think Colorado puts up big numbers. Again, you're not going up against the black shirts. You're going up against the Mountain West here. Colorado State. 903 passing yards for Sanders so far with 78% completions, and that includes the game against the black shirts, who did a good job in that game. It was a good game, and I think Nebraska can even be thinking that things were looking – it sucked. They were probably pretty mad, but again, I'm been very critical. I feel like
all it showed in that game is that if you can pressure him, you'll have a chance against Colorado.
Nebraska will have success with the likes of, look at the Minnesota game, right? I mean, that was a tough game. It wasn't pretty, but against a similar team, you're going to get a lot of. When Nebraska goes up against any of those, I didn't look at the schedule, but any of those type of ilk of the Big Ten, maybe not the mid, but in that middle tier, all the games going to be like 2 or 3, 17 to 14.
Right.
They're all going to be right there.
I know everyone's looking for, Jeff Sims and Satterfield to all ditch Lincoln all at the same time right now.
Yeah, it's not gonna be, we're going to be having some rough times here come October in Big Ten country with some low-scoring game. Don't worry, we'll be on the under.
It's what it is, right?
All right. Thanks a lot, Mindy. Thanks to the chat. I know you guys weren't too hot on some of the college football plays, but hopefully we covered it for you. Top 25 action. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll find our premium picks. Mindy and I are going to get our plays up there for today's action. There's some day games certainly today on Wednesday. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and get signed up. I click on the All Cappers tab because I want to let everyone know that starting this week, we've already started it. We give out the 5 games here on the morning steam because let me tell you something. More people watch, Mindy, it might be a little bit selfish, but more people watch the football videos that we do than the baseball videos that last just one day. We're interested in, promoting ourselves, our picks, our handicapping. We're so happy that you join us for 90 minutes every day. All right. Go to the morning steam, find our packages right here. Not only will you find these extended term packages with more plays from Mindy and I, but also you'll find daily picks. If Mindy and I have a 3, 5, 7 game packages, we'll put them up in the most affordable packages for you. Sometimes we got to break them up a little bit just to get them into the system. We really can only give out the odd number of packages because we want to show you a profit every day. But you're going to find additional picks from me, Mindy and I, especially in Major League Baseball. So if you're interested in cashing in on those 23, 26 units, whatever it is, please refer to this page, the All Cappers tab at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the package and get signed up. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. When you go to the checkout, you'll be asked to enter the code right here like this, TonyT. You apply it to there, and then the price goes down. Boom! Did you see it?
No, because you don't have it up.
Oh, my God. I've ruined the whole show. We got to do it all over again. I hope you got there. It is. Enter the.
There it is.
I put the promo code in there. Got the package there, and Mindy and I benefit from that. If you like us, I would appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much, Mindy. We'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam. We'll talk
more
about
baseball, folks. If you guys are watching this, there'll be more baseball tomorrow.
Yeah,
usually a slow day, lower.
And also NFL football Thursday night.
Okay.
We'll also take a look, I believe, at the early card on Sunday,
Yep.
since we have Mindy Monday through Friday here. So thanks a lot, everybody. Let's take a look at the plays. Oh, almost forgot. 5 plays. Who needs more than that? All right, Ron, hope all is well. We appreciate you very much. Twins money line, Giants under, Blue Jays money line, Yankees over, and Padres under. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Appreciate it. And I want to say hello to Christian Forbes here today. And I know Christian's been here a couple times to
Yep.
comment. Nice to see you again as well. All right. That's going to do it. We'll catch you again tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.